Good morning, sunshine. I'm Mackenzie Roth. It's time to wake up and smell the money. That's right. This is All Indiana Bets.
My name is Jason Hammer. It's my birthday today.
Woo!
And after every single pick that I make, I lose an item of clothing.
What?
And I am Scott Long, and I am deeply disturbed by Jason's comments. But here, we are going to make you money every week, and it all starts right now.
Right now.
Woo!
This is All Indiana Bets. Presented by LUNAZUL Tequila. Feed the wolf.
That was an interesting plot twist. I didn't know what was happening this show. Happy birthday, Hammer. Look at
Thank
he's
you.
rocking his tuxedo t-shirt, dressed
Right?
to the nines.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
When you see a guy walk up wearing a shirt like this, you have to ask yourself, what about that guy?
Yeah, you do.
I'm that guy today. I'm not missing any bets today. This is the day that I make so much money it hurts people's feelings.
That's right. It's your birthday, but you're going to make our viewers tons of money. And I love that.
And we'll get to the scorecard here in a little bit, but this guy here, Scott, is on a roll. And I know you've got some interest in the Cincinnati and Notre Dame game.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, a rare home dog in this one, Scott.
Yeah, we talked about last week how the games just really, truly were not that good. It's the week before a lot of conferences really kick off, so they have your week games, you know, okay, Michigan, I'm going to play somebody that's no good. That's kind of always been the method. This week it all really starts happening. It's starting in this state, a rare opportunity where Notre Dame is a underdog. This does not happen that often at home. And then you throw in, this is not even a power conference. Cincinnati coming in, they have been the best of the non-power conference teams. So what's happening here? My favorite element about this game is this, and that is the defensive coordinator for Notre Dame the past few years had been the defensive coordinator at Cincinnati. He's got that inside info. He knows how the Bearcats run their offense. So I really love that part. Then you throw in, as you see the information, Brian Kelly has basically the last 5 times he's been a home underdog, they've won outright. They win. I really love Notre Dame in this situation. Rare when I really love a big TV game. Here it happens. Take Notre Dame.
All right.
You put them on the money line, whatever. It's only a 1-point thing. It doesn't really matter. Ultimately, I think that will be your winning ticket.
Ooh, Fighting Irish. All right, he's going for it. What
I
about
think
you,
the
Hammer?
mayors need to make like a bet on this game. Right? Like,
I do
if you're
too.
the mayor of Cincinnati
Right.
and you win, then Rudy has to stop playing at any sort of television network.
I like it.
And if you're Notre Dame and you win, Skyline Chili closes for good.
No, there's an uproar. People right now. That's no good.
Are you a Skyline fan?
That's a good. I like some Skyline. I just know there's people that are. I'm not diehard though, but people very
Why don't
feel
you ask
passionate
me?
about that. Are you a Skyline fan?
I hate it with many chili.
You hate it?
Chili does not deserve to have pasta with it. That
Okay,
doesn't
so
seem
this
right.
is going to be a thing now.
This is
like
gonna be a
Twitter
thing.
is going to blow up now because in Indiana, if you ever get into these debates,
Yes.
class basketball, Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame,
Right.
and do noodles belong in chili, you're going to have some knockdown, drag-out fistfights.
Look, I am right on this one. I can't guarantee you Notre Dame is going to win today against Cincinnati. I like the city of Cincinnati. They will probably never allow me back, though, because I made this comment about their Gold Star or their Skyline or whatever
Someone's
chili it
probably
is.
slashing your tires right now in the parking lot.
You know what's sad is there's a salesperson at Wish TV right now. I had that account, you son of a. And so what I'm telling you is I'll eat the stuff and I'll smile if it helps us make some more money. But what I'm doing is I'm making you money with the bets. Jason, what do you got on tap besides this Notre Dame Cincinnati game that I am on?
Well, I want to talk about Indiana.
Okay.
Because Indiana's on the road at Penn State, and there's never really a good time to play Penn State,
Right.
But Penn State's had this game circled on the calendar for a while because they feel like they got jobbed last year down in Bloomington. Did Michael Penix really get across the goal
Right.
line? I don't know, but the referee and the replay official said that he did.
Right.
So that was a weird coronavirus year with no
Yeah.
fans. Penn State has kind of righted the ship. And right now they come into this game a top 5 team in the nation. And this would normally kind of be a trap spot for Penn State. But considering how Penn State has been thinking about this Indiana game for a while, a night game in Happy Valley, it's never easy. This is a tough spot for the Hoosiers, and the line has kind of fluctuated here. It was 9, then it went up to like 12.5, and now we're seeing it at 11 in most places here.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're a Penn State backer, it feels like 11 is probably where you're going to get this game.
I love all your reasoning. I want to go back to another Big Ten game. We are out of the gates with picks, for me at least. I'm on fire. We're going to talk about that in a second. But the line makes no sense. Michigan's undefeated. Wisconsin's looked terrible this year. They can't do anything offensively. But Wisconsin's defense has given up nothing. Basically, Wisconsin has been the big problem all year. Has been offense. I think they get their offense together. I don't believe so much in Michigan. Wisconsin has owned Michigan in this rivalry, and then you throw in the one way that Michigan really does things offensively is through their running game, which Wisconsin will totally shut down. I'm a big fan of the Badgers in this game. I am giving you TV picks this week.
All right, all right.
All right. I will see your TV pick of Michigan and Wisconsin, and I will raise you Michigan State and Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky, fresh off a little date with the Indiana Hoosiers, where...
Jason, can I ask a question? What channel is that game on? Western Kentucky. You were making this... I mean, is this on PAX? I mean, what channel...
I'm sorry, in parts of Iowa, they don't have the Big Ten Network, Scott.
Is that on there?
This
Okay.
is on the Big Ten Network today, which is pretty much on every single cable outlet.
Okay.
You just got faced.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
On his birthday.
Scott's got the antenna, like trying to bend it to try to make sure he gets the traditional signal coming in. Michigan State, they are at home today, but this is too many points for me. We talked about this with Indiana.
Yes.
Western Kentucky can score. Stopping people, not necessarily their strong suit. But you don't need them to win today. You need them to keep it close. And this was at 10 most of the week, jumped up to 10.5. And now look at this. We're given the gift of 11. 11. I will scoop up Western Kentucky. Ooh. I will be Pac-Man and gobble up those points here. I like the Hilltoppers here. I don't know if they win the game, but I think they can score enough to kind of stick around and keep that within 11.
All right, I like it. I like that Pac-Man reference as well.
Me
I always
too.
like Miss Pac-Man with a big bow.
Wasn't that just such a ripoff, though? Like, you just put a bow on Pac-Man. Oh, it's Miss Pac-Man now, and you have to charge a whole new game for it.
You know, speaking of Pac-Man, I have been eating it up.
Yeah, let's get to the scorecard. Yeah, let's get to the scorecards, you guys. All right, here we have, here's Hammer.
So that was my 3 games that I talked about last week.
This isn't pretty.
The week before, I was rolling. Okay. Last week, I took a big dump. So, the way I see it, water finds its level in sports betting. Yeah. I did hit the Degenerate Special, which, again, I think Scott's in charge of the graphics, and they never put that on there.
Yeah.
We hit that one, but this is the week. I'm telling you, this is my birthday today. I ain't going out like a punk. We're going to circle the wagons. We're going to come back, and we're going to win so much money today. We're going to start our own space program.
Yes.
We're going to be above the law. We can do anything we want to.
I love it. I love it. All right, let's get to Scott's scorecard.
Yeah. You know, I always put my glasses on for this segment because I just love taking this in. And I was 2-1 here. I was 4-1 for the week. My best bet hit. My long shot hit. So great weekend. The only loss I had, 0.5 point.
Oh.
I lost by a hook.
The hook.
At the buzzer in the first half. So it was magical. I felt like every week is my birthday on this show. I have not had a losing week, college or NFL. Hey, people, if you don't know, NFL, we are on from noon to 1 every Sunday. So tune in tomorrow where Jason and I were firing it up.
That's
Do we have
right.
the fire graphic? Can a brother get the fire graphic?
We're really
There it
excited
is.
about this graphic.
That's the fire graphic.
How many people got fired for this?
13.
So we could get this
13
graphic.
people lost their jobs for this fire graphic to describe the way Scott Long is picking games right now.
They brought one of them back. It's only 12 now, but I have a feeling it was based on some Cincinnati chili ad that we probably lost. So we're probably
Oh, man. But we love when you interact with us. If you have questions, hit us up on Twitter. We're going to put all our social handles up there. So, yeah, you guys I've got some great feedback.
What's been the feedback? What has been the feedback? You keep saying that we have great feedback. Like, what
I'm going
is
to
it?
share some distinct things later in the show, but just to fire, people are winning money and they can't wait to tune in because it benefits them. So that's why we want you
Because
to
I have
watch.
a feeling the messages you get are substantially different than the ones that I get.
We'll read some of them coming up. But first, Mike Epps. He's a proud Hoosier, mega comedian, actor, producer. He also likes to bet and bet big. He's going to weigh in. Coming up next. Welcome back to All Indiana Bets. You know, from The Hangover to next Friday, Mike Epps, he has dominated the big screen along with the stage. The comedian is killing it on Netflix and bringing it home right here to Indy. I got to catch up with him to talk sports, betting, and his super strategy. Are you a betting man? Do you ever bet on sports?
I do. I bet on sports.
Okay, how do you strategically bet? Like, what's it based on?
You know, it's based on history, and it's based on numbers. It's based on the record.
Okay, so you actually pay attention. And do you bet on the home team?
I do bet on. I bet on the home team. It depends. My teams definitely is the Colts, the Steelers, and I'm a 49er fan. I like them three.
My future husband, Jimmy G. I love that. That's who I always said. Have you ever won big? Have you ever won crazy big?
I have won.
Okay.
I won crazy big when the Colts beat the Bears in the Super Bowl.
I love it. And what
I
would you
was
tell?
there.
What would you tell to fellow sports bettors if they're like on the fence about diving in?
I would tell two sports bettors, go on and roll the craps, man. You can't win unless you play.
That's right, baby. That's true. You can't win unless you play.
That was a good segment.
Yes.
Thank you.
No,
You start talking about dudes in Friday movies, that's my wheelhouse right there. Hangover
Epps is the
movies,
man.
I feel like I could have been in a hangover movie
Yes.
before.
Yeah, I think you were. I think I saw you in the back.
And people always say, Mike Epps is from Indianapolis. Do
Yeah.
you know him? Since you were a comedian, he was a comedian. He started in Atlanta. He never did it here. So, like, none of us ever met him.
But now he's bringing it back home. He's
Oh,
gonna do it
totally.
here.
And
Yeah.
he bets. I feel like I'm a little nervous if I don't keep my record. He's going to want this show, too.
But he's right. You got to just get it. And you don't have to lay down a ton of cash like we were talking about before, right? You can just put down $5, whatever you want to like get the ball rolling, but
Right.
just do it.
That being said, I'm putting the mortgage on Minnesota today. Minnesota on the road taking on Purdue. And what I see in this Purdue team is a squad that can't score. They've got injury issues, a lot of game time decisions today for some playmakers, questions at quarterback. Now with Minnesota, they lost last week outright as a 30-point favorite to Bowling Green. I kind of feel like that was more of an anomaly than anything else. If the Minnesota team that played against Ohio State opening night shows up in West Lafayette today, I think my toes are going to be tapping. I'm getting some points here. I'm going to scoop up Minnesota, getting 2.5 in this matchup up at West Lafayette. Too many question marks for Purdue, too many injuries with the skill positions. I think row your boat guy is going to circle the wagons and take the Golden Gophers here plus 2.5.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Scott, how do you feel about that?
I just can't imagine that they could play worse than they did last week. Bowling Green's probably the worst team in college football, so I'm with you on the Gophers in this matchup. I wouldn't put money on it. I wouldn't put my mortgage on it. But Jason,
Sorry, Mrs. Hammer.
but I know, but there are a couple really big games, you know, actual games that people will be watching and like the picks that you choose. Here's one, Arkansas, Georgia, both undefeated. Crazy line on that game, though, right?
It
Arkansas.
is 16 is the spread right now, and that's actually gone down.
Yeah.
It was at 18.5 most of the week because Georgia, their starting quarterback is banged up. Game time decision. We think he's going to go. But that's an awful lot of points for an Arkansas team that has played good football this year. You saw them take Texas to the woodshed. This is an interesting one. I'm not touching this game just because of the unknown factor with Georgia's quarterback. It's a no play for me. But there are some big time games across the schedule today. I'm so happy that this is a new week. Last week, as you could tell by my record, I did not like the games on the schedule.
Garbage.
This week, I'm digging. You got big SEC games. You got big Big Ten games. We've got a degenerate special coming up. And Scott, what do you got?
I am really kind of crazed about this. Is like a hammer pick because Liberty's involved first off.
Liberty!
Yes,
The Fighting Flames.
Yes, baby.
For some reason, our
Bring
producer's
our
like,
graphic back up.
our producer was like, I didn't even know there was a Liberty until your stupid show.
True story.
You're welcome, Peggy.
Yes.
No. So Liberty is playing UAB, that's Alabama Birmingham. UAB is a unique story. This would be like if IUPUI just decided to create a football team like 7 years ago. They did. Then they become such a challenging team for like the big schools. They've been doing really well. They have a great coach, Bill Clark, that they built a 45,000 seat brand new stadium, opens up today.
UAB's new stadium?
UAB Stadium today. That place will be a madhouse. First game ever at the UAB Stadium. And I am loving UAB in this situation. Go to your bookie and say, don't give me Liberty, give me UAB.
All right, I like, very passionate about that. That's a big deal. Well, hey, coming up, Scott, your favorite segment. It's Long Shot with Scott Long. All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Oh, that's the best graphics in all of TV. Scott Long's Long Shot.
Woo.
They have been, just like everything else, flames above my head. And this week, I could give you a lot of stats on the Syracuse-Florida State game. I truthfully don't understand how Syracuse can be getting 5.5 points. But here's the bigger thing. I'm still angry about that lineman for Florida State. Do you remember this a couple weeks ago, who proposed to his girlfriend
Yes.
after the worst loss in Florida State history? He's still on the team. He should have been kicked off the team. Transfer rules are easy now.
That was
Let
so
him live his life.
awkward. That was
Yeah.
the most awkward proposal. We talked about that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she said yes.
Yeah, so I thought you'd be on my side with Florida State, against Florida State. But then I found out in the break that our Mackenzie, no fan of Syracuse. Can you give a little background on this?
Well, you were telling me that you're not a fan of anyone that graduated from Syracuse, besides a select few.
With the exception of Anthony Calhoun, nothing good has come from Syracuse.
And I agreed with that, and I know someone very,
Maybe someone that you had maybe gone on a couple dates with from Syracuse.
toxic. So
Toxic.
A toxic relationship from Syracuse?
Yeah.
I'm going to start the
The
rumor that it
worst.
was Carmelo Anthony. I'm starting the rumor
no, what?
that it was Carmelo Anthony.
He did play at Syracuse, yeah. I want to go Jerry
what's up with
McNamara. It was Jim Boeheim. And if anyone's ever seen Jim Boeheim's wife, she is gorgeous. No one has ever overachieved more than Jim Boeheim. And I'm guessing it could have been Jim
You
Boeheim.
outkicked the coverage, eh?
Oh, wow. Totally. Jason, well, what do you think? You're like our SEC guy. You're like really focused on the SEC.
That's where the best football is played.
No, it's a big time.
Okay.
No.
I think the game of the day today, the most exciting game, is going to be Ole Miss taking on Alabama.
Oh, right.
Number 12, number 1. You've got so many storylines here. Bama is a 14.5-point favorite. Look at this over-under, 80.5.
Wow.
What?
80.5. You got a coaching matchup of Lane Kiffin going against Nick Saban. And Nick Saban's got a lot of recruits in-house today. Arch Manning is in the house today for Alabama. And if you think that over-under is just laughable high and it has to be an automatic under, think about what happened last year when these teams played. Over 1,100 yards of total offense. It went way over the total. Now, I will say this. This is a different Alabama squad. Mac Jones is not the trigger man for this Alabama team. They are more built for the run, but still, don't expect a lot of stops in this ball game today. And one of the things to keep an eye on is the Heisman race.
Yeah.
Because you've got a quarterback in Ole Miss, a quarterback in Alabama, that depending on which side you look at here, are some front runners for the Heisman Trophy. Check out the odds here. This is from Bet Rivers. You have Matt Corral of Ole Miss plus 125. That's $25 to win around 56. Bryce Young of Alabama plus 150. Well, I got news for you. At the end of today, those odds are going to change. Somebody's going to go up, somebody's going to go down, and Georgia has a big game. Cincinnati has a big game. These 4 front runners here, Scott, only one of them may be left standing at the end of the day.
I can totally see that, and I really don't like any of those. So dig in a little deeper and see where the odds. There's no one superstar Trevor Lawrence this year that everyone's all on.
True.
You know?
It's exciting stuff. All right, hey, coming up, it's the Evan Williams Best Bet. These are the games that are going to make you the most money.
Let's
We're heading
go.
to the bar.
Let's
We'll be right
go.
back.
The Best Bet is brought to you by Evan Williams. Bourbon done right.
Hey, welcome back. It's the birthday boy, Jason Hammer.
Making drinks, the
Scott
birthday
Long.
boy.
We got to do a cheers to your birthday. Happy birthday.
Now, are you guys going to complain about the drinks that I make? Because every week
Let me take a sip.
I get tasked to go to the bar, this amazing bar we've got here from Heaven Hill and Evan Williams, and you guys complain I don't put enough mixer into the drink.
It's delicious. It's absolutely
one's-
delicious.
this
But I
one's
was going to
great.
ask, did you put any mixer in there?
Don't worry about it.
We're
You
getting
mean
loose.
ice?
We're getting loose because it's time for the Evan Williams Best Bet.
All right, so I'm going to take you out west for my best bet today. And here's what's great about the Hawaii game. Even if you're having a lousy day, like I had last week, there's always hope. The late night Hawaii game is the degenerate gambler's best friend because there's always that chance of redemption. And Fresno's pretty good here. Fresno's in a good spot, and I can't believe this line isn't a little higher than this. I'm normally a little skittish about double-digit road favorites, but I like Fresno in this spot. Hawaii is 0-7. Their last 7 games against ranked teams. Home field advantage doesn't really mean a whole lot in this game. I'm going to lay 11, and I'm going to ride the Lightning with Fresno.
Woo! I like that.
And what time does that game kick off?
Late.
Late. I mean, it's like almost midnight, our East Coast time. Do you think you're going to stay up for that whole thing?
Oh, of course. It's my birthday, and
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
we got some grown-up stuff to do.
What? I was going to say, what does it look like on your midnight on your birthday?
Well,
At your house.
these pants are off.
Okay, we're going to get back to
Wow.
my picks on that one.
And over to Scott Long.
Oh, my gosh. So,
I'm getting yelled at by the producers.
yes. So my best bet this week, I've already made money on Fresno State, actually, a couple times on the show. And another one of my pet favorites has been Boston College. At the start of the year, I told you, put money on Boston College for their season win totals. They're on their path. This line is ridiculous. There is no reason. Clemson has played horrible. This is not the same Clemson team of 7 years ago, let alone the last 2 or 3 years ago. They almost lost to Georgia Tech, who stinks. Boston College is a good team. This will probably be the last year that their coach will be there. He's going to get a big job somewhere. I am all over Boston College. Bet the Eagles, Tigers going down.
Ooh, I like that a lot. All right, hey, you guys, let's do a little balling on a budget.
Okay,
I
now,
love this. I love
I've
this.
said before, I think parlays are sucker bets. That's kind of my thing.
And why do you say that?
But they're so hard to win,
Okay.
right? It's hard enough to win one sports bet. Now you've got to hit all of these in a row to win. But I do know that a lot of sports betting apps have profit boosts for parlay bets. So you could really make some money today. So if you're into this kind of thing, just take $5. Balling on a budget, $5. This is what I've put together today. Over 49, Arkansas and Georgia. Too many NFL players on the field not to hit 49. Under 66, Tennessee and Missouri. Not enough NFL players on the field to hit 66. We're going to go over 47.5, Baylor, Okie State. Baylor's offense looks pretty good. And I like Northwestern getting 12 against Nebraska. Don't know if they're going to win, but I think they can keep that within 12. It's hard to win these, but if you got $5, you could win over $60 with this parlay bet today.
Ooh, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. All right, hey, coming up, Hammer has his infamous Degenerate Special.
Oh, it's
I
on
love
fire.
that. But
We're
first,
rolling.
a new feature from our friends at Indiana Greyhounds. Indiana Bets. We are so glad you're here, and you're just in time for Hammer's Degenerate Special. Big fan of this. All right, what do we have for today?
On his birthday.
On his
Both.
birthday.
This
If
is
you're like,
insane.
why is this man wearing a tuxedo t-shirt? This is why.
Because I like to party.
That's right.
That's why. Now, even though, as we pointed out, last week was not the greatest week for me, the one that we got right was the Degenerate Special. As a matter of fact, when you go back to the beginning of this television program to my radio program, 9 of the last 10 Degenerate Specials have gone to the green here. And this is the one we've been waiting for.
Yes.
Like everything else has been practice for this game right here. UConn at Vanderbilt. Quite possibly the worst 2 teams in America.
Oh, no.
So Vanderbilt is at home. They're laying 2 touchdowns.
They're
and
laying
hook.
a lot of things.
They are. They are. But the way that I'm looking at this game is, all right, Vanderbilt is the bottom feeder of the SEC. They're basically there to keep everybody academically eligible as a conference. But they're still an SEC team. UConn, on the other hand, despite screwing me last week against Wyoming in a rare sign of competence, I wonder how many players on UConn could make Vanderbilt's roster. There's no way, no possible way, Scott, that UConn 2 weeks in a row is going to play good football. You can't be that bad, then all of a sudden hit the switch and be ready to play good ball. So I'm going to lay 2 touchdowns with the commode doors here. Vanderbilt minus 14.5 to take UConn down in quite possibly the Super Bowl of all degenerate games.
Oh, wow, that's a bold statement right there. Scott, what do you think about that?
I have to say, you are all over the crappiest games. You must
Cheers.
I'm imagining your entertainment choices are TikTok. I mean, you don't like to
come on
watch
now.
high-level quality
on
football. We have Oregon and Stanford. This is my game. Stanford is kind of the Vanderbilt, if you don't know, of the Pac-12. And I have been all over Stanford this year. Twice I've bet against them. Once I've bet with them. All 3 I have won. This week, what am I going to do? I'm with them. Oregon has played 1 great game against Ohio State. Rest of the year, nothing. They have been barely winning against almost everybody they're playing, including Arizona, who's the worst team in the Pac-12. I am on fan. I don't love this game, but I do like Stanford. I feel like that's too many points. I don't know. I'll give it 3 points. I think will be the final difference.
And don't forget, you can hit us up on social media.
Oh.
Like, we react during the show.
Yes.
We're always checking tweets and, arguing and fighting with fans. So hit
Fighting
me
with
up.
fans.
Trust me, I promise you won't be the first one to come at me on Twitter, at Jason Allen Hammer.
Yes, and I'm at Mackenzie Roth.
And I am at Scott Comedy, and I do not want any chili companies suing me.
I think there's a woman named Trish who just challenged you to a cage fight, so look forward to that. We'll dive into some more DMs and tweets coming up. But coming up, we have the wise guy, Alan Cashman, next.
Oh my gosh, the college wise guy himself, Alan Cashman. You are looking at 2 faces of winners. You might not think that, but if you've been following our picks, you know it. Look at the bags under my eyes. I'm tired of winning, Alan. You don't seem to be tired of winning. What's your 2 winners today?
I'm going to go with Syracuse plus 5.5 at Florida State. I don't think there's any reason right now for Florida State to be laying 5.5 points. I thought this was closer to a pick 'em. Don't like the quarterback play for either team right now, but I really like Syracuse's defense. They're tied for 2nd in the country in sacks. They're number 10 in yards allowed. They've got a stud halfback with Sean Tucker. He's averaging 6 yards per carry. Syracuse 4-1 against the spread. Their last 5 as a road dog. I like them in this situation, plus 5.5 at Florida State.
And for those that were paying attention last week, we were both on UTSA, and it started very slowly, but we both won. So we are both on this game as well. So consider that when you're making your choices. What's game 2 for Alan?
I'm going to go out west tomorrow for Saturday night at Oregon State -1.5 at home to Washington. Oregon State's offense rolling right now. They put up 535 yards in a win at USC last week. Their quarterback, Chance Nolan, he's completing 72% of his passes. He's thrown 10 touchdowns already. BJ Baylor at halfback, 6.9 yards per carry. Washington lost to Montana already this year, blown out by Michigan. They're allowing over 6 yards per carry on the road. I don't think they're very good. I'm going to take Oregon State -1.5 in this one.
So take the Beavers over the Huskies, says Alan. Thanks again. And Alan, tell people on how to get a hold of you on all the other winners, including NFL choices you make.
Yep, get everything I send out to my subscribers at thecashmanwins.com. You can find offers there, often for less than $2 a week, and you'll get access to everything that I send out to my clients.
Well, let's hope we talk again when you are 2-0 from last week, and talk to you later.
Thanks, Scott.
I love it. I love it. And this is Hammer that you're supposed to be up, but the birthday boy has been
birthday
back in the
boy.
bar.
This is top shelf stuff they
That
give
is
us
so
back here.
good. I know, it's
Like
crazy.
when people look at our bar set, they think, oh, that's probably just a cheap booze. Look at this.
It's the real
This is the
deal.
top shelf
the
stuff,
real
and I
deal.
can't believe they just let us drink this kind of stuff.
He's going hard this morning for your birthday. I like that. Hey, cheers to that. All right,
So,
let's dive in.
Can we talk about a game that's near and dear to my heart here? Let's talk about Ball State hosting Army.
Yes.
For those who don't know, I am a Ball State Cardinal. I am a man that used to be in line at La Bamba's at 3 o'clock in the morning watching people regurgitate after a rough night of partying in the village.
Is that the burrito as big as your head?
That is
Yes.
the burrito
Okay.
as big as your
Just
head.
want to get the.
Did you eat a burrito as big as your head?
Look at me, Mackenzie. What do you think? So here's what we're going to do today. Ball State, they won a bowl game a year ago. I love my Cardinals. God bless them. But this isn't the same team. No.
Okay.
Army runs the ball really well. Ball State does not stop the run. So this line has went from 7 until 10. This is a big jump in the point spread, 3 full points from Wednesday until today. But I'm still going to lay 10 with Army against Ball State in Muncie. And if you bet this, you will win enough money to where you won't have to be in line at 3 o'clock in the morning like I was. You won't have to be passed out face down in a watery ditch because you heard there was an after party in Anderson like I was. You'll be able to afford an Uber. And yes, I love my cards, but Army is the play right here. Army -10.
What is the worst food that you ever ate when you were drunk in college? Let's hear, Mackenzie. What was there like a go-to? If you had a couple.
Tostitos. I like
Tostitos.
little pizza rolls. And they're
I
not
love
terrible. I mean, they're
those.
delicious.
I love those.
Yeah, they're
You know,
delicious.
this reminds me. I saw once.
Hot Pockets?
That's more like Rachel. What's her name?
Rachel
Jennifer
Ray?
Aniston.
Oh, yes.
She said when she talked about the food choices that is her cheat day.
Oh, kale chips.
Yeah, kale chips.
She's like, when I'm feeling really
You know what,
wild, I'll have a kale chip. I'm like,
I'm
what?
like, you are sickening. So don't say kale chips, even if it is kale chips. What do we got going on next?
I can't be the only one that's eaten dog food before when you've been hammered drunk. I can't be the only one that's tried dog food.
I think he's alone on that island. I think he really is. All right, hey, when we come back, we stop into the slippery noodle to sample, some of the, tequila, and pineapple. We're going to make a great drink next.
On the Rocks is brought to you by Larceny Bourbon. It's so smooth, it's criminal.
Hello, friends. Brent Holverson here with Heaven Hill Brands, coming to you from the historic Slippery Noodle Inn in downtown Indianapolis. Pleasure today to be here with our lovely Autumn and our whiskey ambassador, Mr. Bernie Lubbers. Today, we're going to talk about one of my favorites, the Larceny Lock, which is Larceny and Ginger Ale. Autumn and Bernie, please take us away. What do we got today?
So, very basic drink, Larceny, obviously. You want to tell us a little about this?
Sure. So Larceny is a wheated bourbon, so it's going to present itself a little sweeter a little more front of your palate, just because there's no rye in it. So that just means it's just going to be bring out the sweetness of the corn, and it works very good. Like most bourbons, works very good with ginger ale.
Oh, yeah.
And so just an easy, nice, refreshing summer drink. Larceny's from Old Fitzgerald brand. It is a great old heralded brand, and John E. Fitzgerald's name is on the label. It's shaped like a lock. See how it's shaped like a lock with a key that goes in because he was a treasury agent. He would steal some tastes out of the barrels, and so now we steal Old Fitzgerald and make Larceny. That's how the whole thing came about. So yeah, build us a nice Larceny and ginger there.
All right.
A lot of people call this a Presbyterian, as it was so light that you could have bourbon and ginger ale, and but with the ginger ale in there, it did look like you were drinking whiskey. So that's why I call it a Presbyterian. It's like you were just drinking
Smart.
ginger ale. Yeah, that's right.
And there you are.
There you go.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, and then a lot easier than that. I'm sure people just come up and says, give me a bourbon on the rocks,
Yes,
right?
they do.
And a great one for them would be the Evan Williams 1783. Brand new bottle. We've raised the proof from 86 proof to 90 proof. Let's make Brent just a nice bourbon on the rocks there for him.
Love one, please. Thank you.
It's got a little extra age on it than the regular Evan Williams, so the 1783, which is the year that Evan Williams started making bourbon in Louisville, Kentucky, at that time Virginia, in 1783. And that's where the brand comes from. Brett, there you go. How about that? Quick and easy.
Cheers.
Autumn?
Enjoy.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
All right, delicious stuff. What
It
number?
really
I feel
is.
like you're really ahead of us here on your
right
birthday,
there.
as you should be, birthday boy.
You can't
Lots
drink
of
all
cheers
day
in.
if you don't start in the morning. And this is a great
That's right.
schedule of games.
That's
and again,
true.
we're going to win big today. We're winning big today.
All right, do you want to get to our picks?
Yeah,
All right.
let's go.
This is my big pick. I do one major pick, and I'm taking Missouri minus 1.5 over Tennessee. I've had major success betting against you and your Vols, and you know I like to just fade you in life. So
What have
in
I
general.
done to warrant this kind of crap? Like, I've been nothing but nice to you, and every week you just step on me while I'm down. All right.
Because it's so
all right.
fun to do. It's so fun to do. I feel like these teams pretty equal. I just pretty much am taking the home team, and that's why I think it's going to be a pretty even Steven game. Probably go to the fourth quarter, but yeah, I'm taking Missouri.
All right.
I like
fine.
it.
Thank you.
like it.
Thank you. All right, what do you guys have?
I am looking at Western Kentucky plus 11. This was 10.5 most of the week. I got the gift of a hook earlier today. So I scooped up Western Kentucky plus 11. Minnesota, Pac-Man here, picking up those points, gobbling up those points against Purdue up in West Lafayette. Late night tonight, Fresno laying 11 against Hawaii. This is kind of a fade of Hawaii, but Fresno's pretty good too. Your degenerate special, the Super Bowl of degenerate games, UConn at Vanderbilt. Tickets are available. Vandy, I'm going to lay 2 touchdowns and the hook, and I've got Army minus 10. It's insane how many points that spread has jumped since Wednesday, but I still feel good Army laying 10 against the Ball State Cards.
All right, I like it. Scott, what you got?
Well, if you haven't been paying attention, I am what? Well, I am 15-5 this year.
That's incredible.
in
That's
college.
amazing.
That is. That really
That's
is
not
amazing.
normal.
It's not normal. And so I love Boston College. That's way too many points against Clemson. I'm taking Syracuse despite Mackenzie's feelings about an ex-boyfriend. But I hate Florida State. They're terrible, and they're going to continue to not win. It's just one of these years where I have just been on fire. 1-4. I have not even been close to that. 3-2, 4-1 every week. Love Wisconsin. Love UAB. Opening the stadium there. And Stanford. The intellectuals are showing up this week in Palo Alto. They probably will own every computer company that comes out in the next 20 years. And they're going to still be right there with the shoe company.
I love it. I love it so much. I also love that it's your birthday and anything can happen, especially at the end of this show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right
anything can happen.
back. More All Indiana Bets next.
All Indiana Bets is presented by LUNAZUL Tequila. Feed the wolf.
What? We're having so much fun, and we do this every day on the weekends. Tomorrow we have, pro NFL picks at noon, so you don't want to miss All Indiana Bets. The fun rolls on, baby. And we'll continue celebrating your birthday.
It's like a 2-day festival.
It is.
Like
It
it's a
certainly
2-day
is.
festival of my birthday. And I'm excited. I love doing this show. And tomorrow, noon until 1,
Yep.
we've got a lot of breakdown with the
Yep.
Colts. This is a big one for the Colts tomorrow. So if you've got some picks, if you've got a sure winner, there's multiple ways to get a hold of each and every one of us here. I live on Twitter at Jason Allen Hammer. Mackenzie, you're more of an Instagram kind of girl.
I'm more of an Instagram gal at Mackenzie Roth. Scott?
I do most of my research at the Mackenzie Roth Instagram page. That's how I feel like a winner going into my game. So I'm not even going to give you mine. I would just go to Mackenzie's right there.
Hang out, and also we have to pay up a little bet tomorrow.
Yeah, that's exciting.
It's my birthday today.
Happy birthday, buddy.
44 years. I've seen a lot of stuff. I've been locked in a few trunks, but today we're winning big cash.
That's right. Thank you as always for joining us. All right, win big. We'll see you tomorrow, noon.
Cheers.